Yes, we are going live, brother, with a new link. Sorry for the.
Yeah, let me have a quick check now. You just go ahead.
Yes. Okay, now we are live.
Brother, is this a new link?
Yes, brother. Actually, the old one has expired because we had some issue.
We have shared the previous link in every message to everyone.
This video is available in the same channel, same place.
Okay, so
just the link is changed.
Okay.
Okay.
I think, yeah, please start the recording because I think YouTube, we cannot go live now. That link is not mapped. We are still seeing the old video, which.
Yes, the one I have sent a link in the chat. This is the new link, brother, new YouTube link in the same channel.
Yeah, so that's what we will have to share it at the last minute. It won't be possible. Okay, so maybe we'll start the session then. Guru brother, we'll start it now.
There is light right here. There is light right here.
There is light right inside you and me, a beacon that shines for peace. Sahaviryam karavavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All around the world, all around the world, we're not strangers, we are neighbors, kindred souls, and our hearts are full of peace. There is love right here. There is love right here.
There is love right in the palm of our hands to give and give again.
Sahaviryam karavavahai, Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. All around the world, all around the world, we're not strangers, we are neighbors, kindred souls, and our hearts are full of love. There is light, there is love. Oh, heartfulness.
Happy Children's Day to all kids present here. Good evening to all grandparents, parents, and kids.
And all others who are present in this online event.
My name is Abhay.
And my name is Anushka.
As you all know, Children's Day is celebrated on the 14th of November in the remembrance of our ex-Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru.
This year, Children's Day is more special because after over a period of 1 year and 9 months, we all are going back to school. I mean physical school. How exciting it is, isn't it?
We do understand that our parents are worried about us going back to school, but we promised you all that we will maintain social distancing, wear a mask, use a sanitizer, and we will follow all the COVID guidelines.
But I am sure you all understand how much we want to go back to the school. This online Children's Day celebration event is all about going back to school.
Today, we have planned various interesting and engaging activities that is filled with joy, fun, and knowledge. The celebration will go on till 5:30, and we would like all of you to enjoy all the activities till the end of this program.
So once again, welcome all of you to this online Children's Day celebration brought to you by Brighter Minds.
We all have enjoyed our online classes too all these days. And now we're going back to school or have just started our offline school. So we have our first activity, a skit performed by a young enthusiast showing their eagerness to be back to school. We request our technical team to please play the skit.
चले हम स्कूल चले हम
You mean go back to school? Nice catchy song, never heard of it before.
Papa taught me this one. He said it's from his childhood days.
This song matches our condition. We are also going back to school. I am so excited
Why are you so excited?
because we are going back to school after almost 2 years. I think it's a big deal. I missed all my friends, my favorite hangout
Me
area in
too.
school.
I miss my school the most, school ground the most. I can't wait to shoot some goals on my favorite ground.
Then I guess I'm the odd one out. I like online classes. I mean, you don't have to wake up early for the bus and you can eat during classes.
Yes, we all can see that you've been eating a lot lately.
Very funny. As I was saying, I prefer my online classes only.
You used to play guitar in school events.
Thanks, Captain Obvious. I know that.
My point is that you used to play guitar in front of a crowd. Everyone cheering you up. Don't you miss that? The applause and the feeling of excitement.
Oh, yes, I miss my theater classes too. There's no fun in online theater classes.
But guys, we have to take precautions in school too. We can't let our guards down.
True, we have to be alert and follow all COVID guidelines.
See, this is why online classes are the best. You are always safe.
You are just saying that because you will not be able to do anything during the offline classes now.
Whatever.
You know, guys, we have lost so much precious time during this lockdown. We could have learned something new from our friends and seniors. I could have learned some cool football tricks from them.
Why don't you learn it online?
Football, online. He will end up breaking his laptop.
I agree. We do learn new things from others and from our environment as well. This is called cognitive learning. You know, guys, cognitive learning is one of the best methods of learning.
I have learned origami online this time.
I also want to learn origami. Can you teach me, please?
I will, but offline.
I want to go trekking. That's one thing that can't be done online, for sure. It's been a long time.
Okay, I have a question. What did you guys miss the most during this COVID lockdown?
Sports week.
Annual function.
Lunch break. What? I like my lunch breaks. They're so delicious.
Guys, can we share our tiffins?
I don't think so.
Oh no, does that mean I can't eat delicious pasta for my lunchbox? That's not really good. Do we have to remove masks during break time?
I do remove my mask while jogging in the morning, but I maintain safe distance.
I am really worried. Will it be really safe?
We need to be very careful.
Are we getting over worried?
Can somebody help us?
Well, we think all the kids in this kit are a little confused on how to take care of themselves.
Then it is important to get all health related information from some specialists so that it is not only fun going back to school, but also taking care of our health at the same time.
To help us on this, we have the next activity, where our beautiful expert, Dr. Meghna, will take us all through few important steps that we need to take care when we are in our school. Dr. Meghna Manocha completed her MD in pediatrics from the USA. She is now a pediatrician at Cloud9 Hospital in Bangalore. Dr. Meghna is also a member of the Indian Academy of Pediatrics and American Academy of Pediatrics. Dr. Meghna, the stage is all yours.
Hi guys, thank you for having me here. And a very, very happy Children's Day to all the kids here and all the adults who are still kids at heart, including me. So tell me, how can I help you guys? Do you have questions for me, or shall I just go ahead and tell you some safety guidelines? How do you want to go about it?
And you can tell us some safety guidelines first.
All right, so I know it's first of all, that skit was really cute, and it brings about the whole confusion and the happiness and the excitement, all that's going around in our minds, right? But you know, it's high time that we went to school, because like you guys pointed out, there's so many nice things we've missed going to school. It's not just about padhai and academics and education, right? School gives us so much more, and it's so important to be with kids our age, people our age, who understand us differently from our parents and our teachers. But going to school, like you guys pointed out, there are some safety rules. Now, what I'm going to say is not going to be true for every city in India or every child. So it all depends on how the COVID transmission rates are in your city. So if we take Bangalore, for example, we have actually reached a good vaccination coverage here. So even though kids aren't vaccinated, the adults around the kids are pretty much vaccinated. Almost 70-80% have vaccinated themselves, and that's a very important thing in curbing the spread of virus in our community. So places and cities where we don't have much of COVID these days, those places, I think it's prudent to start going to school. And I know you've been using offline school, but I find that a little off. I would like to say it on site. So it's online and on site. You go on site and you physically attend the school there. Don't you think that's a better word? Offline seems a little off. Anyways, so places where we have less community transmission, all the adults around you, your parents, your teachers, your bus drivers, your security people, ensure that they are vaccinated, and your school is following all the COVID protocols, including you. Kids are smarter than adults. They know all the 4 principles, right? Proper mask. It's not just about the mask you wear. How you wear the mask is very, very, very important, right? You see most adults putting the mask down, talking when they bring it down. That makes no sense. So if you're wearing a mask, make sure you're in the school, wherever you are in the premises, especially with there are more people around, wear your mask properly. Second thing is maintaining our physical distance. So of course, indoor classes, you can't maintain much distances, but the schools are also providing, sometimes there are going to be less kids in the school, depending on the amount of kids you have in school. They may provide you with the option of having batches in the day, so that you don't have crowding in school. So instead of 40 people in one room, you can have 20 people in one room and still be able to attend class. So you can maintain at least a 3 to 6 feet distance from each other, right? The other is hand hygiene. And that doesn't mean that you keep sanitizing your hand all day long. No, you just keep cleaning it as you usually would, especially before you eat your food, when you use your washroom, and especially whenever you touch your mask, whenever you have to remove your mask. Now, somebody said, how do you eat with your mask on? So yes, that's why eating is going to be a little tricky. So most schools are going to allow you to eat only your food. So cafeterias probably won't be open so that you don't, eat together in a group. Eat your own food. Try not to share, and stay again 3 to 6 feet distance from each other. And one most important thing is stay in places which are well ventilated. So if you're eating, it would be nice to eat outdoors. If you have a place outdoors which is well ventilated, and just sitting in the classroom. And if it's not possible and you have to sit in the class, then make sure your windows are open so there's cross ventilation. So there's less chances of infection and spread. And the most important thing is, now that we are all used to online classes, you have an option of staying at home. So if you wake up in the morning and you're not feeling well, stay at home. Every time that you get a fever or a cold, it doesn't have to be COVID, but most fevers and colds are infectious and always have been infectious, right? So it's not just COVID. Even before COVID, if you were sick, it was not ever a good idea to go to school and spread it to your classmates, was it? So it's the same thing even now. So stay at home, try to attend it online till you feel better, and then go to school, right? So this is pretty much from me. And if you guys have some more questions, I can answer them.
Thank you, Dr. Meghna, for this wonderful session. Now, the Q&A session is open for you guys. We request parents and kids to type out your questions in the chat box.
Okay, Dr. Meghna, we have a first question from our audience.
Okay.
Question number 1 is it safe to send our children to school before vaccination?
Yeah, so like I said, vaccination is one of the best things that's happened to us to prevent us from serious diseases, especially new diseases. But vaccination does not only protect the individual who's taking the vaccine, also gives protection to people around the vaccinated people. So you must have heard the concept of herd immunity, right? So if most of the individuals around us are vaccinated, even though we don't have an opportunity to vaccinate, we will still be protected. So kids in our country less than 18 years are the only vulnerable ones. But if all the adults above 18 are vaccinated around us, including your parents and your grandparents and, your school staff, everyone, and you follow all the other 4 protocols of mask. What's the second thing? You guys tell me.
And social distancing.
And hand hygiene and stay in ventilated areas, less likely that we would get these infections. And in the event that you do get an infection, kids have been found to be very resilient to this virus. They don't really get very sick. Right? So even if you do get, it's not a big deal. You will recover. So it's not a big panic thing. But stay home. Anytime you feel sick, make sure your classmates know that too. So, you have to be responsible for each other. So I think it's quite safe. As long as you're smart enough to know all this, it's safe enough to go to school. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, here is one more question. How do I convince my parents to send me to the school?
How do you convince them otherwise to do other things for you? Tell me. So when you want something, what do? You have to bring it to the table. You have to put your points in favor of why you need it, why you want it, why you can't live without it. And a healthy discussion with your parents and listen to their point of view. Right? So everybody has information. Growing up, you guys are learning as much as we do, and the COVID has taught us so much, right? Everybody knows everything about vaccinations and herd immunity and so much, but different people understand it differently. So you may not understand and that creates anxiety and unnecessary fears. So try to talk it out with your parents, find out what is it that is preventing them from not sending you, or if you don't want to go, what is it that's preventing you? Talk to your friends, talk to me, and we can discuss it out, and you can decide what's right for you and your family, right?
Yes.
Here's another question. What care should we take, especially when we use the bathroom at school?
It's pretty much like you would be in any other place, so your normal hygiene of hand wash goes on. You have to use your mask even inside the bathroom if there are a lot of people around. So anyway, there's more than one person, beside you, and if it's not a ventilated area, you have to keep your masks on and use your soap and water, which is very readily available, right?
Yes.
Another question. Can I open my mask and share snacks with my friends?
That's tricky. So it all depends on you and your friend, and as long as you trust that she's been fine and people in our house has been fine and nobody is sick, maybe you can, but that is something you have to, see. And not everybody, it's not a one answer that fits everybody, but yes, prudent would be to, even if you're sharing, it has to be dry stuff which is not mixed. You don't share the same spoon. You don't, you can use different sandwiches which you don't actually eat or bite, and stay 3 to 6 feet away. So you can bring an extra dabba for your friend if you're really excited and want to share your food, and give that whole dabba to your friend instead of actually eating from the same thing. So we can be very innovative and creative when we are in that situation ourselves, right? As long as you know what is important and why you're doing it. Why do you have to wear the mask? What are you preventing from getting infection from? Why do you need to say, maintain a safe distance? You will find innovative ways to do things, even at school.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, here is one more question for you. Is there any special food that we need to give our children to increase their immunity?
Yes, immunity is a very complex thing. It is, our immune system depends on a lot of things, not just good food, which is what we only think about. So everybody was crazily eating a lot of vitamins suddenly out of the blue. But other than food, which you have to eat a balanced diet, and if you eat a balanced diet, which has your fruits, your vegetables, grains, proteins, dairy, you will get most of the vitamins and that are, that is needed for your immune system. But other than food, people forget there are other things that affect our immunity, and that is lack of good sleep. If you guys don't sleep well, you all need at least 8 to 10 hours of good sleep at night. So lack of good sleep reduces your immunity. If you don't get good physical activity or exercise, that decreases immunity. Exercise and physical activity increases good hormones in our body, which are good for your immune system. And one most important thing is your state of mind. If you're constantly worried, anxious, stressed, chronic stress causes your immunity to come down. So even if you may be not stressed, but people around you may stress you up because of their questions and their worries. So you need to find some time in the day to unwind yourself, to pause. You need techniques, or you to know how to relax yourself and get rid of these fears. So you're not constantly wired. Even if you do get stressed, you need to be aware you're stressed and unstress yourself. And regarding food, most of it is provided in our diet if you're eating a balanced diet. But the only thing that we don't get enough through food is vitamin D. And that is abundantly available in our sunshine. So that's one more important reason to go to school and expose ourselves to sun for at least half an hour in a day, right? and get good immunity. I think that
Thank you.
answers your question. All right.
Yes.
Yes.
Anything else?
There's one more question. Can I use surgical masks as I feel comfortable in it compared to N95 masks?
Yes. So, like I said in the beginning, it's not very important the mask you wear, but how you wear it is also very important. So, important thing is to cover it up. So, I have a few masks actually. I brought it just in case everybody doesn't know. So, N95 can be very tricky because it can be very tight and it can hurt your head if it's like very tightly wound. So it's okay to wear surgical. So both N95 and surgical masks provide a good defense against the viruses, which are very, very tiny particles, which is not provided by a cloth mask. A cloth will only stop your droplets. So if you're sneezing, the water and the virus in your droplets will get stopped, but whatever's in the air don't get stopped. So cloth mask absolutely is not great. Surgical is great. The only thing is you have to make sure you wear it well. So if you wear it completely covering your nose, chin, everything, right? But even then, there's a space here. So depending on your face size, some of these loops can be tight or loose and they may not snugly fit. So those who find that their mask is not snug, you can wear a cloth mask on top of that, so that it fits snugly. So important thing is a snug fitting, good surgical mask, and it's good enough. And it's not just wearing a mask, it's also how you dispose it. What are you going to do about the mask when you come home? You shouldn't ideally be reusing it. So if it's a surgical mask, you can dispose it. If you're wearing a cloth over it, make sure you wash it. If you're wearing an N95, it's more expensive than surgical, so you don't really have to dispose it, but you can use it at least 4 to 5 times in a month. So you can come and you can kind of hang it in a nice place, which is, far away from maybe in your clothes dryer or something. And once in 4 to 5 days, you can use it. That's what I have been doing as a doctor. We've been using the same techniques that you guys are going to be using in school now to protect yourself from infections. Even before the vaccines, that's all we did. We wore our masks properly, we maintained distances, and we washed our hands and sanitized it, right? So these are some things you need to know. So wear your mask, but properly.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Ma'am, there is one more question for you. My child is 5 years old and I am not much concerned about academics, rather worried about his cognitive growth. What is your opinion on sending him to school considering cognitive learning?
Yeah, so academics is part of cognitive growth, but what I understand from the parent is that it's not just about ABC and 1, 2, 3, but your overall development, right? Yeah, so it depends. So if for young kids, again, the same thing applies. They need a good environment and good structure, just like you guys. Why are you wanting to go to school? What were you missing? It's the routine, it's the structure that you missed, right? Of course, some of you liked it too, that you didn't want to get up in the morning and didn't do stuff, but that also caused a lot of problems, right? If you didn't get up on time and do stuff. So all kids, including young ones, need a routine and need a structure. So if the parents at home have time enough to provide that for the child, yes, and they can stimulate the child in that environment, great. But the other thing, what are you missing in school other than just learning and the stimulus of academics and non-academic thing? Your friends, you learn so much from your friends, right? So even a toddler needs friends to learn from a toddler. So even at home, the parents need to provide some kind of interaction with maybe another kid or 2 kids. And yes, that would be a safer way to start for them than sending them in a big daycare and a crowded school.
Thank you, ma'am.
You're welcome.
One last question, doctor. I am a 14-year-old. Until now, I was doing good with online schooling. Now I'm facing issues with mixed model of online and offline education. I lack concentration as my environment changes frequently.
So what should he do? He should stick to one frame. So either he should do online or, go to school. Obviously, what's confusing the kid is the, two things happening together. So ideally, if he is healthy enough and smart enough to follow the safety protocols and the school is ready to get the kids in and the parents are willing, the child should go on site and start physical learning. And for some reason, if you can't, for example, you're sick or somebody in your house is sick, it's prudent to stay at home till you figure out what that illness is so you don't spread it. And in that event, 1 or 2 days of online could be fine. But the child has to decide, stick to one.
Yes.
ma'am. That was a very informative session by Dr. Meghna. Thank you, Doctor, for this wonderful presentation.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Now we know how to take care of ourselves when we're in school. This should really relieve the pressure from our parents. Now, once again, thank you, Dr. Meghna. We will incorporate all the important points that you have shared with us.
Fun is no fun if there is no creativity involved in it. Our next activity is origami session by Miss Ayushi. So please get your scrap paper, your scissors, one scale, a black sketch pen, and a silver glitter pen. And please remember to cut the scrap paper into 7 in width and 12 centimeter in height.
Mrs. Ayushi is a professional who teaches arts and craft work to kids. She's been doing this for more than 5 years. We request Mrs. Ayushi to start the origami activity, please.
Everyone, my name is Ayushi Agrawal. I am from Kolhapur, Maharashtra, and today we will learn beautiful origami butterfly bookmarks. So these are the butterflies. So for these beautiful butterflies, we need scrap paper, black sketch pen, silver sparkle pen, and ruler. That's it. And one more thing. It will look like this. Thank you. So let's start. So for the beautiful butterflies, the material we need: a cut piece of paper which is 7 by 12 centimeter, and a sparkle pan, silver sparkle pan, and a sketch pen black, and ruler. Now we will start. Okay, so take the paper and fold it into half portion. Now again into half portion. Unfold the paper and turn it like this. Okay, then fold the paper like this in half triangle. And yes, one more thing, if I apply the process one side, then we will have to apply same process on the other side. Okay, now fold the paper on the other side like this. Now unfold the paper and fold the paper in downside. Same process we will apply here. Okay. Yes, you will get this shape. Now turn the paper into two parts just like this. 1 and 2 separate parts. Okay. Now fold the paper like this side. Make sure your line should become straight. Same process we will apply here. Okay, just like this. Now unfold the paper and fold the paper again in downside. Equally. Just like this. Again. So I have folded both sides. Now turn the paper like this, and again I can repeat. We got this shape, and fold the paper in the downside like this. From the other side too. Now fold it like in downside. Fold it like this. Okay, this one too. Yeah, so your butterfly is ready. Now you can decorate your butterfly according to you. I will give this look because this look is very pretty. You can give any shape, any design. With the help of the ruler, I am making a straight line. Now just give a touch, beautiful touch with this sparkle pen. It's optional, totally optional. If you don't have a sparkle pen, then no problem. Just leave the butterfly as it is. And if you have, then you can use. Okay. Hope you like it. Thanks for watching.
We are sure that all of you enjoyed this origami session and you will keep the artwork like a jewel in your cupboard.
Now that we've done some creative work, how about some more fun and equally challenging activities that will make the whole of our brain work?
Next activity is where we go nuts and our brain goes Humpty Dumpty. For this physical activity, we need to use both sides of our brain together. And we are sure that you will smile and laugh while doing this activity. May I now invite Vijay and Kushal to come onto the screen to perform the brain exercises.
Okay, so for the first exercise, I request all of you to hold your hands like this. Right, it's not for boxing. Right? So now, open your thumb of your left hand and open your little finger of your right hand. And remember, the two fingers have to be facing the same direction. All of you got it? Nice. So now, let's swap the hands, shall we? Now, hold out the left finger of your right hand and the little finger of your left hand. And this should be facing the opposite direction. Now, let's swap it again, right? Change the fingers in the opposite direction. Now, let's do it a little faster, shall we? Swap, gently swap, 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 swap. It's not like this. This is very easy. You have to change the fingers, okay? So swap, 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 faster, swap, 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 swap. All of you look very confused.
Okay, so for the next exercise, hold your hands like this and turn your wrist towards me. Now, open your second and third finger on your left hand and third and fourth finger on your right hand, like this. You all got it? That's very good. Now, gently swap, that is, close all the fingers and open the third and fourth finger on your left hand and second and third finger on your right, like this. Now, we will first start slowly and then we will move a little faster. So, swap, 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 swap. Now a little faster. Swap, swap. And that's it.
Now, for the next activity, hold your hand like this on your stomach and do a circle, your right hand. Do a circle around your stomach. Well, if you got it, this isn't that hard, right? Now, take your left hand and keep it above your head. Now, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Seems easy, right? Now, let's try to do both of them together. Now, circle, circle, and up, down. So basically, we're making chapatis on our stomach and, sorry, dosas on stomach and chapatis on our head. So up, down, circle, 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 up, down, circle, circle. All of you like dosas, is it? Now, let's change the hands like usual. Now, take your left hand and do a circle, circle on your stomach. And now take your right hand and do it up, down on your head. So now together again. Circle, circle, up, down. Circle, circle, up, down. Circle, circle, up, down. Same here, even I like dosas too, actually. One of my favorite food.
Okay, so for the last exercise, hold your right hand like this, like a snake, and bring it forward and then back. Forward and back. Forward and back. Do it a few times. Now, with the other left hand, make a fist like this and hold it like this. Then go down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. Now, let's do it together. Shall we now? So, up, down, up, down, forward and back. Slowly first, then fast. Now, let's do it a little faster. Together, both of them. That's very good.
That is the smile on your face that we were talking about before. Please do these exercises every day to improve your cognitive ability.
Now that we have made our whole brain work, let us see how is our visual observation.
Our next activity will make us use our visual sense to observe carefully. Here we will display two pictures wherein you will need to find out the differences between these pictures. As and how you find the differences, you need to type that out in the chat box. So now I'm requesting our technical team to please display the pictures. Now you have about 3 minutes to spot all the differences and type it in the chat box. So better make it quick. I think the technical team has to enable the chat for everybody. Come on guys, you can do it. Here's a little hint. Look out the window, it's such a sunny day, right? You guys are doing really well, keep it up. Okay, guys, time is up. May I request the technical team to display the answers and disable the chat? Okay, here are the answers. The first answer was the lines around the sun, which is the sun rays. And the second was, if you observe the curtains, the spots in one picture, but there aren't in the other. The third one is the yellow pumpkin, which is missing. Fourth one is the green pumpkin, which is missing also. Next is the ice cream. The ice cream is a different color. The first picture it's mango, and in the second it's chocolate. The sixth is the mango is missing if you observe on the table. The seventh one is the color of the drink on the table. That is also different. And then next is the mountain. If you observe outside the window, another one is a window grill. If you observe in one of the pictures, there are about 3, and in the other, there's only 1. And the last difference, if you observe the collar on the girl's shirt, there's collar in one of the picture and there isn't on the other. Congrats to everybody who found out the differences.
That was a really great job, guys. Keep it up. So in the next picture, you have to find out the objects in the picture. Technical team, please display the second picture. Okay, now you need to find out the 15 objects that are there below the picture, and you will get 3 minutes for this. So you can start answering in the chat box. Come on, guys. It's not as hard as it looks.
I think the technical team needs to enable the chat again. Okay, guys, time's up.
Can we request the technical team to please display the answers? Guys, please check if you have got all the mentioned objects.
Great job, guys. So now that our brain is working well, let's do something, let's know more about our brain with this last activity of this online event. This will be a knowledge session with an interesting quiz embedded in it. After every question, we will give you the answer with some more interesting facts. For this, we would want all of you to participate wholeheartedly. Here, once the question is displayed, you need to type your answers in the chat box. Then we will disable the chat and display the answer. We would want all of you to know the facts about your brain by the end of the session. So let's have our first question on the screen, please. So we aren't able to see the question.
Okay, guys. So the first question is, what is the weight of our brain? Option A is 1.2 kg to 1.4 kgs. Option B is 2 kgs. Option C is 2.5 to 3.5 kg. And option D is 3 kg. The chat box is open and you all will get 15 seconds to answer the question. Okay, so the time is up now. Can we have the answers, please? So the correct option was option A, 1.2 kgs to 1.4 kg. And here is a little fact for you guys. Although the weight of the brain is only 1.2 kg, the energy consumed by the brain is about 20% of the total energy required by our body. That's interesting.
Okay, guys, here's the next question. What is a brain cell called? Option A, a brain cell, obviously. Option B, a neuron. Option C, a glial cell. And option D, a brainstem. Again, you have another 15 seconds to answer. So quickly type in your answers in the chat box. Okay, the time's up. May I please have the answer, please? The correct option was option B, which is neuron. Here's a fact for you. To arrive at the more than 100 billion neurons that are the normal complement of a newborn baby, the brain must grow at the rate of about 250,000 nerve cells per minute on average in the development stage.
Okay, so the next question is, what is the total number of neurons in our brain? Option A is 100 million. Option B is 86 billion neurons. Option C is 264 million. And option D is 69 billion. Your time is started. I can already see the chat box flooding with the answers. Okay, so the time is up now. Can we have the answers, please? The correct option is option B, 86 billion neurons. Here is a knowledge capsule for you. There are more nerve cells in the human brain than there are stars in the Milky Way galaxy. If we lined up all the neurons in our body, it would be around 965 kilometers long. There are 100 billion neurons in our brain alone.
Okay, guys, here's the next question. How many connections or synaptic of neurons are there in our brain? Option A, close to 1 crore connections. Option B, 190 billion connections. Option C, 100 trillion connections. Or option D, several hundred trillion synaptic connections. The time starts now. Get going, everyone. We already have so many answers. Okay, guys, time's up. May we have the answer, please? The correct option was option D, several hundred trillion synaptic connections. Congrats to everybody who got the answer right. Here's another fact. There are trillions of synapses in the brain. Each neuron is connected with as many as 100,000 other neurons.
Okay, so the fifth question is, what percentage of water is present in our brain? Option A, 73%, option B, 38%, option C, 50%, and option D, 0%. You can start writing your answers. Okay, so the time is up now. Can we have the answers, please? So the correct option was option A, 73%. Here is a knowledge fact for you guys. About 73% of the brain is made up of water. This means that dehydration, even as small as 2%, can have a negative effect on our brain functions. Dehydration and loss of sodium and electrolytes can cause acute changes in memory and attention. So drink lots and lots of water every day.
Here's the next question. How many thoughts do we have every single day? Option A, 100 thoughts. Option B, 500 thoughts. Option C, about 70,000 thoughts. Or option D, about 20,000 thoughts. The time starts now, everybody. Okay, time's up. May we have the answer, please? The correct option was option C, about 70,000 thoughts. Here's a fact. It is good to regulate our thoughts and always have positive thoughts. If you get negative thoughts, then replace it with positive ones.
So the next question is, how do we keep our brain healthy? Option A, by exercising and playing. Option B, by eating healthy food. Option C, by reading books. And option D, all of the above. You can write your answers. Looks like you know all the answers of every question. Okay, so the time is up now. Can we have the answers? Correct option is option D, all of the above. And here is a knowledge fact for you guys. Any kind of physical activity with good food and good sleep keeps our brain healthy.
Here's the next question. Does the brain go to sleep in the night? Option A, yes, and option D, no. Come on, guys, start answering. All of you know it. Okay, time's up. May I have the answer, please? So the correct option is option B, no. Here's another fact. Many biological processes happen during sleep. The brain stores new information and gets rid of toxic waste. Nerve cells communicate and reorganize, which supports healthy brain function. The body repairs cells, restores energy, and releases molecules like hormones and proteins. Sleep is also critical for brain functions that we use when we are awake, such as memory, concentration, coordination, creativity, and well being. A good night's sleep can strengthen all these areas. Without adequate sleep, people often have difficulty functioning. Sorry.
So the next question is, do we use only 10% of our brain? Option A, true, and option B, false. You can start writing your answers in the chat box. Okay, so the time is up now. Can we have the answers? So the correct option was option B, that is false. There is a knowledge fact for you guys. It's a myth that we only use 10% of our brain. We actually use the whole 100% of our brain. Just not all at once. Even the smallest activity uses more than 10% of our brain. How much is used at any given time depends on what we are doing.
Okay, guys, next question. How do we give exercise to our brain? Option A, by doing creative activities. Option B, by doing challenging activities. Option C, by memorizing. And option D, all of the above. You all already know the answer. And one more thing, it's not important to get the correct answer always. As you know, this is a knowledge session, and even if you get it wrong, you've learned something new. So yeah, it's not important to get all the answers right. All right, time's up. May we have the answer, please? The correct option was option D, all of the above. When we do any kind of challenging activities or creative activities, we use the whole of our brain. This is the best way of keeping our brain healthy.
The next question is, which food is good for our brain? Option A, fruits and vegetables. Option B, dry food. Option C, junk food. And option D, packed food. You can all start answering now.
Some of you are
all
purposefully
already
not
know the
answering, is it?
Okay, so the time is up. Can we have the answers, please? So the correct option is option A, fruits and vegetables. And here is a fact. Fruits and vegetables are rich in vitamins and nutrients, including antioxidants, which can help protect the brain from oxidative stress and preserve healthy vascular function. That is important for cognitive health.
Okay, guys, here's the final question. Does watching too much of TV affect our brain? Option A, yes. Option B, no. I think we hear this question every day from our parents. And don't worry, this is the last question. Yep, you know the answer. May we have the answer, please? The correct option was option A. Yes, obviously. Here's another fact. Good evidence suggests that screen viewing before age 18 months has lasted negative effects on children's language development, reading skills, and short-term memory. It also contributes to problems with sleep and attention.
We are sure all of you enjoyed this knowledge session.
So, dear friends, now we want all of you to keep your palm on your heart and take the following pledge by repeating after us. We will implement
all the points
that Dr. Meghna shared with us
and will follow
all the COVID guidelines
in our school
so that we will be safe. Now that we've taken the pledge, we need to follow all the guidelines and also promise to our parents that we will take care of ourselves in school.
Okay guys, with this we have come to the end of today's Children's Day celebration.
We hope you all have enjoyed it as much as we did and to see you all sometime soon.
We thank each one of you who participated in this online celebration and wish you a very happy Children's Day.
Once again, thank you, have fun and be safe. Signing off here, yours Abhay
and yours Anushka.
Thank you.
Thank you.